the artist has to think of the space as if it were time.
Yes.
That concept.
Yes.
It's a very
mind-blowing.
And the musician has to think of time as though it were space.
Y el músico tiene que pensar en el tiempo como si fuera el espacio.
Y me gustó para unirlo con la idea de el vacío aparentemente sin contornos.
And she connected that idea with emptiness, with no limits, with no contours.
Pero aparente, aparentemente.
Apparently.
No inside and no outside. Are you familiar with the Klein bottle?
With the Klein bottle? Si estamos familiarizados con la botella.
La botella para trepar, Klein bottle. Tenemos otro límite, ¿no? Daniela, a las 12.
So this is a Klein bottle.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
It's like that.
Okay, so of course this is only this actually exists in the fourth dimension. So this
existe en la cuarta dimensión.
Right. This exists in the fourth dimension. So what we're looking at here is just a three-dimensional model of it.
It's related with the infinite and with the Moebius tape.
Yes, it's similar to the Mobius strip, but it's more, it's 3 to 4 dimensions. And so this has no inside and no outside.
Esto tiene de las 4 dimensiones en el sentido de que no tiene adentro y no tiene afuera.
So time and space, as Cecilia says,
there's a noise. Sí, there's a noise. I don't know
yeah.
where it comes from. Okay.
From the 4th dimension, maybe.
Yes, probably.
That's right.
Nice joke.
So I recommend these. You know, this is an interesting object of contemplation.
Yes. Es un objeto interesante de contemplación.
And if you drop a person in there, they would go into the 4th dimension.
Iría a la 4ª dimensión.
Like the black holes.
That's right.
Mind blowing. Yeah.
Yes.
Mind blowing.
Yes.
Then
So
in which moment, Stephen, about your biography, autobiography, in which moment you decided to improvise and through the technique explode?
Oh, okay. So I was 25 years old. I had been trained as a violinist as a child, but that was never, and I loved music, but that was never going to be my path.
Sorry, can you repeat?
Yeah, so I was trained as a violinist as a child, but that was never going to be my path.
Yes, dice que fue entrenado como violinista cuando era chico, pero eso no iba a ser su camino.
And so I was in graduate school, working with my very beloved teacher, Gregory Bateson.
Dice que estaba en la escuela trabajando con su profesor, a quien quería mucho. I don't know the name.
Gregory Bateson.
Gregory Bateson. Yeah.
And Gregory introduced me to William Blake.
Él me introdujo a la literatura de William Blake. Me too.
And I wrote my doctor's thesis about William Blake.
Wow. Escribí mi tesis del doctorado sobre William Blake.
And Blake talks about the creative process in such a way that you can't study it, you have to do it.
Él habla, Blake habla del proceso de creación como algo que uno tiene que hacer.
And I was living in, after I got my PhD, I was living in Switzerland for a year teaching.
Luego de tener mi título, mi posgrado, fui un año a vivir a Suiza.
And I had stopped playing the violin, but I started taking tabla lessons from an Indian teacher in Geneva.
Y empezó a tomar clases con un profesor indio en Génova.
And when I came back to the United States, I managed to injure my neck.
Y cuando volví a Estados Unidos me lesioné el cuello.
And when I was recovering that, I decided for some reason that I needed to play the violin again.
Y cuando me estaba recuperando de eso sentí que tenía que volver a tocar el violín.
Which was insane.
Lo que fue medio loco.
Because it's an instrument that you play here.
Porque hay que usarlo en el cuello, claramente.
So I had to learn to I had to unlearn what I had been taught as a kid. And
tuve que
learn
desaprender lo que había aprendido cuando era chico.
And allow the instrument to suspend itself in midair without my doing any work.
Y aprender a sostener el instrumento en el aire sin que mi cuello tuviera que hacer el esfuerzo.
And that's when I started improvising.
Y ahí empecé a improvisar.
So it was Blake plus the injury.
Así que fue William Blake y la lesión que tuvo, lo que lo llevó a dar el salto.
Well, funny.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I think in the journey of creativity, the chocas, you have a
crash.
You crash with some problems, and these problems maybe are things to turn to left, right, and to choose new ways.
The limitations.
The limit, yes.
The limitations that force us one way or the other.
Like the water, I think in your book you speak about the water, the stream of water came down from the mountain, and when crashed with stone, turn and find their way. No, maybe our life is like a stream in the water coming down.
Yeah, that's right. And there's also, I mean, it's hard for us to learn to work with the obstacles or the injuries because they seem so bad when we're in the middle of them.
Es difícil para nosotros trabajar con obstáculos o con lesiones porque estamos justo en el medio de ellas.
So I learned from James Joyce in Finnegan's Wake. James Joyce keeps talking about Felix culpa.
Él aprendió de James Joyce en El Camino de Finnegan, un libro que leyó, sobre
Felix culpa, which is a thing from the Catholic Church about the fall. You know, it's translated into English as fortunate fall.
Yes. Es un término católico que se utiliza como una caída afortunada.
Something like blessing in disguise.
Blessing in disguise, yeah, sort of like that.
Silver lining.
So that getting the neck injury leads to playing the violin.
La lesión en el cuello lo llevó a tocar el violín nuevamente.
Yes. Getting into the COVID pandemic leads to us all talking here on Zoom.
Yes. Yes. La pandemia nos llevó a que hoy estemos todos acá hablando por Zoom. Yes.
¿Y cómo se escucha la voz interior de la que habla tanto?
How do we listen to our inner voice?
How do we listen to our inner voice?
I have to put
Well,
this
how do you
here.
listen to an outer voice if you're sitting
Sorry?
with a friend and talking to him or her?
¿Y cómo escuchás la voz de un amigo cuando uno le está hablando?
Intuición. I love.
You know, yeah, just an ordinary conversation with another human being right next to you. It's
Al igual que una
sometimes hard to, go ahead, sorry.
Al igual que en una conversación con otro ser humano que está sentado al lado tuyo,
Sometimes sitting with a person next to you who's talking to you, it's hard to hear them because you're already thinking about your reply.
a veces es difícil escucharlos porque ya estamos pensando en nuestra respuesta.
And it's hard to listen to them.
Yes. Y es difícil escucharlos.
You know, in The Art of Is, there's a picture of, where is it? In the chapter on listening. In the chapter on listening, there's a picture of, have you ever heard of Milarepa?
Milarepa, no?
Okay, Milarepa. Here's a picture of Milarepa. So he was a
Tibetan poet.
He was a Tibetan poet, saint, teacher, who in the 11th century.
Es un maestro tibetano del siglo XI.
And he's always depicted, he taught by improvisational song. You know, there's the 100,000 songs of Milarepa.
Enseñaba a través de canciones improvisadas y hay miles de canciones de él y siempre está representado como oyendo, como en la foto.
Yeah, he's usually pictured like this.
Yes. Siempre se lo muestra así.
Okay, so just when you're talking to your friend in a cafe, if you go, I don't know if you go to cafes anymore in Argentina during the pandemic, but
si vamos a un café y él pregunta si lo podemos hacer ahora desde la pandemia.
But you know, to actually hear what somebody is saying,
para realmente escuchar lo que alguien está diciendo,
is really wonderful, and it's not always easy.
No, es maravilloso y no siempre es fácil.
So hearing the inner voice is the same thing.
Escuchar la voz interna es exactamente lo mismo.
You know, the thing that gets in the way of hearing your friend is the dialogue that's going on in here all the time. But the dialogue that's going on in here all the time also prevents you from hearing your own inner voice.
Lo que dificulta que uno escuche al amigo que está hablando es este diálogo que siempre tenemos constantemente y es el mismo que hace que no nos podamos escuchar nuestra voz interior.
And that's why meditative practices are wonderful.
Por eso que la meditación es fabulosa.
Let's see, do we have a Milarepa here? Hold on a second.
Va a buscar un Milarepa.
¿Qué es un Milarepa?
La imagen que mostraba recién. El maestro.
Vos, Dani, ¿a qué hora la tenés que cortar?
Yes, here he is again.
12 y moneditas.
Listen.
Right.
Well, I think in your book I found my inner voice, but better expressed. I think this is beautiful when I find a book that expresses my inner voice, but in the better way. It's crazy, I think.
Yeah, thank you.
That's the nice thing about authors.
Yes, that's
Quería
right.
también despedirme o ir cerrando la charla contándole que en la búsqueda, ¿no? En la búsqueda a través de los textos, ¿no? Así como llegué a Stephen, bueno, pasamos por otros textos de pintores y de filósofos, donde siento que hay algo que hay un hilo conductor en todos los textos,
In her choosing of the books that she uses for the course, in this way that led her onto your books, yes, she found kind of like a thread that unites all of the writers, all of the ideas. Go on, Cecilia.
Y que, por ejemplo, en el texto del filósofo Deleuze, tanto en Deleuze como en Van Gogh, como en Turner, está el concepto de catástrofe, como en Francis Bacon, ¿no? Otro pintor.
Yes, the concept,
Catastrophe.
Yes, the concept of catastrophe appears in all of them, yes, in all of the authors that she mentioned. Yes.
Y bueno, lo conecté con esto del vacío, con lo previo al acto creativo de la improvisación.
And she connected this idea of the catastrophe with the emptiness and this stage prior to creativity.
Solo eso, quería como, sobre todo esto, ¿no? De ver cómo desde distintos ámbitos, pintura, música, filosofía, hasta el físico, ¿no? El astrónomo que mira el cielo tiene un poco la misma pregunta sobre el origen general.
She wants to leave this idea, this concept of how in all arts, music, painting, even astronomers are always trying to find an answer to this question, yes, of the cosmos and the origin, infinity, and the origin.
Yes. And the answers always come in those moments of emptiness.
La respuesta siempre llega en los momentos de vacío. Yes.
So hold on, let me look for another thing to show you here.
Vamos a buscar algo más para
You know
mostrarnos.
about the ox herding pictures? Hold on.
Repeat the name.
The ox herding pictures.
The ox herding.
But yeah, wait, I'll show it to you in a second. Just wait a second. Where are they?
Where are they?
Where are they? We are looking for them under Buddhist art, under ox, under ox.
Ox like the animal?
The ox like the animal. I could actually show it to you in my piece. Actually, maybe I should do that. I should give you let me give you a link.
Nos va a pasar un link para que lo veamos.
Yeah.
Or maybe I can make you a host if you want and share your screen.
Okay,
Yes,
maybe
now
I
is the
can do
host.
that.
Yes.
Hold on, let me look for the link here. Okay, let me just, where's the chat? First of all, I'll put the link here so you can get it later.
Okay.
And then there's this idea in, and then let's see if I can. Okay, so can I share the screen here? Yes, I can.
Yes, now you can.
Okay, is that there? Can you see that?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so there's a myth. This is just a few minutes piece where the, hold on, let me do the sound sharing also. Can you hear the sound here?
Yes.
Yes. There's a bell.
Okay, so this is a piece that's made of in Zen. Before I start, so in Zen, there are there's a series of pictures about an ox. Since we're interested in cows,
Y ox es un buey, ¿sí? Taming the mind ox significa domar al buey de la mente. Por eso es que él está interesado en las vacas, que en un momento hablamos al principio de tu cuadro, Cecilia.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
so in Zen, there's a series of paintings that have been redone many times over the centuries by different artists.
Cuadros que han sido rehechos al paso del tiempo por distintos artistas.
And it has to do with the mind as a cow or as an ox, and that there's a young person who's searching for it everywhere.
La mente como esta vaca, como este buey.
But he only finds it when it disappears.
Pero solo la encuentra cuando desaparece.
So here, this just takes a couple minutes. I'll show this to you. Sorry, we're having slow internet here.
Wonderful.
Beautiful.
Oh, wonderful. Yes. I want to put the sounds when I am painting now.
Mm.
I was thinking of meditation. I would use it for meditation.
Thank you.
Thank you
Well-
for this great moment.
We only have a few minutes more.
Yes.
Let's close the, no sé,
Round it up.
Close
the last
door.
word. Vamos, no sé, cerramos acá. Maybe cuando compre, when I bought the new, when I buy your new book, The Art of Is, we can make another meeting.
Maybe we can. That would be perfectly okay. Hold
Give
on,
me
let me
a
get
few
this.
weeks to read and to think about, and we can have another meeting. No,
That would
Cecilia?
be fine. I'd be happy to do that.
Count
And
on me too.
And if you came to Argentina, estaría buenísimo. It will be amazing to play
It would be
together.
amazing.
Yes.
Are not in your plans, no? Came to Argentina.
Well, at the moment, I have no plans to go anywhere, but I would love to come back. I was in Argentina twice.
Really?
I was there in 2001 and 2003.
2001 y 2003 estuve en Argentina.
In which
And-
context? Only for pleasure or?
They were for conferences. So there was in 2001 there was a big conference in Cordoba that I spoke at, and then I just visited Buenos Aires with a friend.
Había una conferencia en Córdoba y luego visitó a unos amigos en Buenos Aires.
Right, and then in 2003 I came and taught a 3-day workshop in Buenos Aires.
En
at a
2003
theater.
dio un taller de 2 o 3 días en el teatro. Yes.
Yeah, there was a big
That would have been amazing.
Yeah, there was a big arts festival in Buenos Aires, so I was part of that. So I was there for 2 weeks then.
Había un festival de varios artistas, estuvo en Argentina por 2 semanas. Yes, very interesting. Nice.
Bueno, yo lo quería invitar a todos los viernes está el Zoom de lectura de textos de arte y por supuesto está invitado a compartir. Hay gente desde España y desde otros puntos del...
Every Friday there's a Zoom meeting in which they do some reading of this kind of texts that
Oh,
you are
nice.
invited. Yes.
Sure.
Nowadays we are reading your book. So we are
That's
going
great.
to be some Fridays with you.
Thank you. I'd be happy to do that.
And now you have new friends. So
Wonderful.
welcome to Argentina.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Welcome to my atelier, my
Thank
art
you.
gallery.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
Mostrar algunos de tus cuadros. Show us some of your paintings.
Oh, it's a mess.
Love
because I
that.
was
So I'm just
creating-
giving you my website. So if you want to contact me,
Okay.
this is how to do it.
A ver.
Ah,
They are
wonderful.
The bull.
the
Yes.
bull again.
Yes.
And some about the dance.
Dancing.
Yes.
Nice.
This is my studio.
I think dancing is a nice way to disappear, maybe. No?
It is a
Yes,
wonderful way
it's
to
my
disappear.
way of disappearing.
Yes.
Well, I was thinking, if I can make a comment, I was
Mhm.
thinking when we said about disappearing, I disappeared from
Ah.
my world, from my routine for an hour and a half, almost sharing with you. And I really appreciate your invitation,
you.
Jero. I really appreciate you being here, Stephen. It was really my pleasure to disappear for a while and
Thank
be here
you.
with all of you.
It was great. Well, what's great is that we had a chance to disappear together.
Yes,
Thank you.
So
We
this is
need it
wonderful.
from
So
time to time.
we're all connected now. So we'll talk. I know the Zoom will end in a second, so we
2
better say
minutes.
goodbye. But we will talk again, and we're connected now. So
Nice.
Yes.
that's
Well,
beautiful.
I really appreciate your kindness and your time.
Yeah.
Well, thanks a lot.
Thanks.
I hope to
Okay.
see you again next time with the other book.
Thank you.
Yes, yes, please.
Gracias,
take care.
Cecilia. Bye
Thank
bye.
you.
A
Ciao
pleasure.
for now.
Thank you.
Ciao for
A
now.
pleasure.
Ciao,
Yes.
ciao, ciao.